Through the Middle Ages, the cultural center around Europe was not Rome or Paris. It was Constantinople, the capital of the Eastern Roman Empire. Constantinople was a smart and cosmopolitan city during the Middle Ages, blending Middle Eastern, Roman, and Greek influences. It was a repository, so to speak, of ancient Greek and Roman culture. Constantinople's fortunes were to change in the 15th century. The Islamic Caliphate that had spread in the 8th century evolved toward the Ottoman Empire at the end of the 13th. Especially after the Christian Crusades, the Ottoman Turks sought to recover Constantinople. For a century and a half, there was pressure on the city, and it finally fell in 1453. The fall of Constantinople is a convenient delineation between the Middle Ages and the Renaissance. Many Greeks went into refuge again, this time toward northern Italy, bringing their knowledge and assets with them. In some sense, the intellectual heart of Constantinople simply picked up and moved to Italy. But why Italy? Italy was a collection of independent city-states at the time. They were wealthy from mining and manufacturing and trade. Venice was ruled by a council of noble families. Milan was a duchy, a type of monarchy led by a duke. Rome had declined a lot since the days of the empire. During the 14th century, the Pope had even moved to Avignon, France. But by the time the Renaissance began, the Pope was back in Rome, and the period called the Great Schism was over. In reality, the Pope then ruled Rome, and we see the ancient city of Rome attempt to flourish again, with the Pope as the principal political and financial force. When we think of the Renaissance, there is one city that seems nearly synonymous with it: Florence. It was extremely wealthy, or at least had a lot of extremely wealthy people. Of all the places in the world at this moment, this was a great place to be. The city's financial strength and influence were made possible by the Medicis, a wealthy merchant family who helped fund the general well-being of the community and also who were especially intelligent and generous patrons of the arts. The Renaissance was therefore the result of several factors. Florence was a special place, but the values of the Renaissance spread and blossomed such that the future of all of Europe evolved increasingly toward humanistic values. Again, nothing was sudden. If you weren't actually in Florence, you might not have noticed the shift. The Renaissance really is about Europe's renewal and its rediscovery of its past heritages. It was in the visual arts that the Renaissance is most clearly revealed. Works by the painter Botticelli, the sculptor Donatello, Raphael, a painter, and Michelangelo, equally known as a painter and sculptor. Leonardo da Vinci was your quintessential Renaissance man. He was a painter and sculptor as well, but his interest in these fields was part of a fuller fascination with learning and science. He learned about the human body so he could paint it more authentically. He learned about the relationships between physics, architecture, philosophy, and music. When thinking about the music of the Renaissance, our attention needs to go beyond Italy. Musical scholarship was happening north of the Alps, so for a while, the evolution of music continued there. Even the major music posts in Italian cities were held by somebody who was Franco-Flemish by birth or training, at least until the later Renaissance.